Hi, my name is Grace, and I personally love New Kids on the Block. I think they're a great band, and I grew up listening to them with my aunts, so I think it's a great topic for a persuasive speech. I think one debatable question for the speech could be, did New Kids on the Block significantly influence the evolution of boy bands in later generations in pop music? Personally, I think the answer is yes, that they did, but I think it's a good topic because you can explore both sides of it, that they did have a influence on the later on boy bands, or that the flip side, that they completely had no impact on them at all. It really just depends on your perspective of it. I think that one talking point that could be talked about in the speech is the blending of different genres of music. If you've ever listened to New Kids on the Block, they're kind of a blend of not just pop, but R&B and hip-hop as well. It was like a new sound in music during that time, and I think that one subpoint that could go along with that topic is, if you've ever listened to any other boy bands that came later on, like NSYNC or Backstreet Boys or even One Direction, you can kind of hear that they have a similar sound to them, and that they are not just like pop music, but that they have a blend of pop and hip-hop and R&B and maybe even other genres of music. To go on with the blending of genres, they all, well, for first, the New Kids on the Block had a certain tone to them. They had very catchy melodies and choreography to go with their songs. So if you've ever seen a performance, a music video of them, you see that they do a lot of dancing, and the dancing goes with the music. So it's kind of like they had their own choreography, and it just became really catchy. It stuck in people's minds, and it was a good marketing for them. So the subpoint would be that if you later on watch NSYNC or Backstreet Boys or One Direction, they definitely had similar choreography and dances to go with their music, and everybody knows all these bands, so they definitely had catchy music, catchy melodies. And lastly, I think that one visual aid to go with the speech could be a picture of New Kids on the Block, and then pictures of later on boy bands like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and One Direction, and you can kind of compare how similar they look, and maybe like the way they dress, the way that they perform. If you showed like a video of their performances, how similar that the other boy bands are to New Kids on the Block, and the fact that New Kids on the Block came first before all these other boy bands, it would kind of show that they did have a great impact and influence on later boy bands and pop music.